This is Prophet Fred. I'm really excited about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about Uncle Sam's gifts just don't add up. Now, I want to talk about a little bit about what the climate is today in America. When we really look at our nation, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of complexities that are going on today, especially when we talk about race, when we're talking about white people and black people mainly. And there's a lot of issues that I can talk about, but I want to focus on a chessboard. I want you to think about this for a second. If I were to give you a gift for Christmas, your birthday, or whatever, and inside the box is actually something that you would want. You've already expressed that you would want that particular gift, and I picked it up. But on the outside of the gift is obviously a box, and then there is very much wrapping paper around the box. Now, if the wrapping paper had some things on it that was very offensive, that was very, that would rub you the wrong way, and you saw me giving that gift to somebody, on the surface, you would say that particular gift is something that is controversial, scandalous, it'd be offensive. But if you would unwrap it, are you guys with me? And you would open the box, when you go deeper, you'd realize within that box, within that wrapping paper of the gift, is something that you would actually want. That's actually the climate of politics, especially when you talk about white people and black people. Can we talk about it? Today, and mind you, I'm speaking from the perspective of a person that is very diverse. Obviously, you can see I'm not white. I'm not Caucasian. I'm not from Denmark. Are you guys with me? I'm black. But I'm not just a normal black person. I'm Haitian. I was born in a Haitian home to two Haitian parents, two immigrant Haitian parents. But I'm actually very Americanized, African American, Americanized. My generation is very hip hop. Then when I was 21, I gave my life to Jesus in a multicultural church that was led by a man that was born in Mississippi, raised in Alabama, in a church in Boca Raton, Florida. Can somebody say that's complicated? All right. And so my thoughts are like a chessboard. When you become Christian, a lot of the times your race is in conflict with your faith. They fight each other. So if I could just be blunt with you, it's very hard today to be a full-blown Christian that's black that agrees with democratic views. For instance, to be a Democrat today, you have to accept the gift inside the box that is caring about the unfortunate, caring about minorities, caring about immigrants. These are very good things, very good gifts that are inside the box. But on the outside of those very good things is a box and wrapping paper of homosexuality, transgenderism, things that are very much against our faith. Now, for you to just gloss over that wrapping paper and that box is to absolutely be hypocritical. Not only would you be hypocritical, the kids in the street would say, you're being fake, pretty much. You gaslighting. Because for me to be a democratic Christian, there's a conflict. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for a second. Now, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm black, right? And I'm a Christian. So I very much agree with the gift that's inside of the Republican Party, which would be obviously pro Christ, pro church, pro life. Are you guys with me? And of course, when you talk about pro life, you're talking about, being against abortion and so forth. When you talk about pro Christ, things that have to do with Christianity and church, these are things that it doesn't matter what color you are, these are things that you would most likely, of course, agree with. But then there's a wrapping paper, there's a box in a wrapping paper of very insensitive approach towards race relations. Now, that's a real cute way of saying low-key racism. Let's be honest. I mean, the things that are said in the Republican Party are very insensitive. Now, even if you're not a racist and you're not someone who's a bigot, you sure sound like one, and you're very much insensitive towards the things that are going on in certain other diverse communities. So it's like a chessboard. You got a problem. You're not necessarily just making a choice. You're being put in a corner on either side. This is the problem that we have in America today. Now, let me segment into something as I go a little deeper. All of us, if you're a black person or even a white person or any particular nationality, in 2008, you were extremely proud of the fact that we had our first African-American president, Barack Hussein Obama. Now, if you remember his campaign, it was very much inspirational. It's something that if you are a black parent, a black father or a mother, you would definitely see it as an opportunity to give hope to your children, to your son and daughter, even to your own community, even to your own household. And I can only imagine what you were probably thinking and what I was probably thinking if you're black, on what his agenda would have been when he got elected. The reality is that even when he was in his campaign, Reverend Wright, who was his pastor at the time, that he had to separate himself because of some of the controversial things that he was saying. Just his upbringing, rising up from the roots of politics in the community in Chicago was very much inspiring, and even going up to the place of being a senator. He gets elected. And if you be honest, what did he really do for black people? I hear crickets. Nothing. Everything that he was doing really in his first term was to separate himself from being a pro-black president, which I think all of us can understand, because you don't want to be that guy that gets elected and then they're going to think that you're going to be someone, and I'm going somewhere with this, that is only caring about black people, because America's more than just black people. So he goes through his first term. Then, of course, he runs for his second term. This is when there was a shift in the United States of America. If you remember, during his second term, they asked him a question, the same question that they asked him when he was at Rick Warren's church in his first campaign as president. They asked him, marriage, is it between a man and a woman? Are you guys with me? And the first time when he was running as president, he said, marriage, I believe, as a Christian. President Obama said he was a Christian. He said, marriage is between a man and a woman. When he was running his second term against Mitt Romney, he said, I had an evolution of thought. This is when the entire nation changed. Now, I'm not just saying this by opinion. You can look it up for yourself. When a president becomes president, there are usually three things that he influences: culture, perception, and symbolism. Culture is very self-explanatory, but I want to talk about symbolism and culturalism. A president controls the mind of the people that are following him. He has a very much a cult-like following. And just to get to the point, he said, I had an evolution of thought, and I believe that somebody should be able to make a choice on who they're going to marry. And ever since then, we started seeing a shift in being a Democrat. To be a Democrat, you have to be pro-homosexual, pro-lesbian, pro-LGBTQ, pro-transgenderism. That's a conflict when you are black, a Christian, you believe in Jesus, but you have to get the gift with the package and the wrapping paper. Now, I don't want to go through everything with President Donald Trump's campaign and all the things that he represents. But here's the problem that we have today. The problem that we have today is that as a believer, you are usually put in a corner. You're put in a situation where you have to decide what package you have to swallow. You have to decide that if I am black and I am Republican, then I'm Uncle Tom. I'm a sellout because I'm focusing more on Jesus. If I am black and I am a Democrat, I have to swallow all of the immoral, all of the compromising policies that are on that side as well. So I find myself in a chessboard. This is the situation that we're in right now. Now, if you think about it, there's a rise of individuals who are black, who are Christian, who have a different mentality. You have individuals like Candace Owens, who is not just going along with liberal mentalities. You have a rise of people like Officer Tatum, who obviously is a conservative Republican. You have people inside the church. You see Pastor Jamal Bryant. He is a pro-black. He is almost a civil rights activist as a pastor. And you have all of these things that are going on. Now, here's the problem that I want to present to you right now. The problem I want to present to you right now is, how can I love Jesus, have a voice in my community, not betray my race, and make an impact? How can I do that? That's where some of you are right now. Some of you are in a situation where you find yourself almost like you don't really know what direction to go in. Well, today I want to give you something that I want you to think about. You're better off choosing a side that has to do with Jesus. Can I hear Jesus? You're better off being in a position where you can be able to go in the direction that can be able to have to do with the direction that God is leading you in. Now, let me go a little deeper. President Obama, he found himself putting us in a situation where, in order for me to give my life to Jesus and not reject who I am, I have to get the whole package. It's like a chessboard, like I said. Now, let me just say this to you. Before you are black, you are a Christian. Before you are white, you are a Christian. Before you are from where you are from, you are a believer. Now, today, it's very unpopular to be a Christian today. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. Today, to say that you are a Christian is to say it's a white man's religion. Do you see what the devil is doing? Now, I'm speaking to you from my perspective as a father, as a husband, as a black man, but now let me talk to you as a prophet. Today, the devil is doing a very good job of confusing the mind of believers. We're divided in church. Today, you can't even sit next to somebody during election period and not argue, not have arguments at the dinner table, not have arguments with your own family members. The problem that we have are three things. Number one, we have a lack of discernment. In order for you to have discernment, you have to decide, who am I going to lend my ear to? Most of you, the reason why you're confused is because you have too many voices in your life. When you have too many voices in your life, your discernment gets fogged and it becomes like muddy waters. You don't know who to listen to. You don't know who to believe. You don't know who to tap in with. Today, what we have is a lot of compromise. In order for you to have discernment, let me just say this, and I want you to hold this in your spirit. In order for you to have discernment, you have to make a decision that you don't care who likes you and who doesn't like you. Can you be powerful and unpopular at the same time? Can you be somebody who's a disruptor and a disciple at the same time? Can you be somebody that says, I don't care what my mom thinks, my father thinks, I don't care what my cousin, my brother thinks, my friend thinks, I don't care what the people who are popular in my generation thinks. I'm going to sit on the rock. I'm going to be focused on Jesus. I'm going to be focused on what I have to be focused on because I've made a decision that I'm going to stick with the Lord no matter what. Now, in the days that we are living in right now, you're not going to make it if you don't know what you believe. Now, let me ask you this. Number one, as you're listening to me right now, who are you serving? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving your family? Are you serving your culture? Or are you serving Christ Jesus? Make a decision. I didn't come to you today to tell you just a whole bunch of facts. I came here today to ask you a question as we start facilitating a conversation and a discussion on my podcast, which is this. I want you to think. Most Christians love Jesus but are not thinkers. You have no kind of depth of revelation, of insight, and it's robbing you, as I said, of discernment. Who is Jesus? Who is he to you? I want you to think about that today, and I want you to make a decision that no matter what, you're going to make a decision that I'm not just going to take a gift without knowing the package and the wrapping paper. It's the prophet.